to me the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you.
Hey guys, welcome to the Oracle of Lilith. My name is Amy, and today I'm doing a pick a card all about what makes you so powerful. Now, right now, many people are going through a lot of dense energy and a lot of fear and powerlessness. Feelings are coming up within the collective, and Spirit brought forward this particular pick a card as a way for people to connect with their own sense of power and to become aware of your own strengths at this time. So keep in mind, this is a general reading, it's a general session, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If this is your first time to my channel, hi, hello, how are you? It's really good to have you. I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel and becoming a member of my tribe. If you're a returning subscriber, hey guys, what is up? How are you? It's always good to connect with your energy, and I truly appreciate you guys being here. So I'm going to be pulling as I go today, and what we have before you are these 3 cards and these crystal animals as well. These are going to be your psychic linking objects, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you each card and each crystal up close so you can get a better vibe of each group. Group 1, you are Banish a Curse, and your crystal animal is the Soapstone Owl. Group 2, you are Magical Power. Your crystal is the Green Adventurine Snake. Group 3, you are Rebirth, and your crystal is the Dalmation Jasper Angel. Okay guys, those are going to be your selections. I will include a little video with some backing music for those of you guys who need to chill out and take a bit more time to see which group you're drawn to. If you're drawn to more than one group, there probably is more than one message here for you. And with that said, I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures on the other side. Bye guys.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just give me up. Don't be scared. And if you get in my way, you gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math. When I hate, I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal.
Hey Group 1, all of you that selected Banish a Curse and or you were drawn to the Soapstone Owl, this is going to be your reading all about what makes you so powerful. Keep in mind, this is a general reading, it is a general session, so just take what resonates here and leave the rest behind. So, I just want to say, I feel like you're a generational curse breaker right off the top here. So if you don't resonate with that, then this is probably not going to be your group. There's a lot of power here. And I feel with this card, there's like an unlocking, like there's patience with, I feel almost like this is a safe. This is so weird. This is like a lock, like a, what do they call those? Like a safety lock on a safe. Like you have to know the numbers. I'm drawing a blank on how to describe this. You know, like you have to know the combination lock. It's a combination lock, okay? And you have to have the patience, the endurance, and the strength to kind of like unlock this curse, unlock this generational pattern. And it's very difficult because first you have to find out like the combination, the right combination, and it takes time. You have to find out the numbers. You have to find out the frequency. It feels like in this lifetime, that's what you're called to do. And I don't feel like it's a one-time thing. It's a repetitive thing you do. So it's very, very powerful. And of course, we have the owl, which is a symbol for a lot of spiritual things. Lilith is just one of those beings. And I'm feeling the presence of Athena here as well. I'm feeling Diana. The owl is also a symbol of wisdom. And I'm also getting like a symbol of the night as well. You may be a night person or drawn to the night or even Nyx. There is a primordial goddess energy here as well. We have snakes. I'm feeling the presence of Medusa here. Let's get some more energy. I'm going to pull some cards from, wow, I just went blank on this deck and I use this deck all the time. I think it's, what is it? I don't see the box. Anyway. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank all of a sudden on what this deck is. I don't know why. I use it all the time. Give me 3 cards. Give me 3 cards. Tell me more about this generational curse breaker. What makes this generation? Well, I feel like you have some very powerful past lives. Like there's a level of skill here that is, it's high vibrational. Okay, we have colorless angel. I think that your life has been extremely difficult. Remarkably difficult, okay? We have downcast pride here. And I want you to notice on this card, like, this head doesn't have a body, okay? It's floating. And what I'm getting with this is, like, you really have been a person who hasn't had a sense of home, who hasn't had a sense of grounding. You've had to ground yourself. And what I'm getting with this is that many times you've had to ground to like your own energy, your own fire. You really haven't been able to ground to people you trust. And many times when you have connected to people, it's been met with betrayal. And it's left you kind of like in this hopeless energy, really drained. I think you've given a lot to other people, and I think you went into the pattern. I think you began many patterns, and there was one place. There's just a lot of energy, so bear with me. There's a lot of energy for Group 1. You guys are very powerful, okay? So I'm trying to kind of like read the energy and communicate what I'm feeling here. I feel like there was a point here where you asked yourself if this is who you wanted to be. It could be that there was an addiction issue, some kind of toxic pattern. It could be that you were involved in a very, I want to use the word brutal relationship. It could have been on different levels, not going to trigger anyone here, but if you experienced it. And I feel like there has been I'm seeing like different timeline, like different stops on a timeline, in a lifeline in your life. And now I'm seeing different lifetimes where you have been through different traumas, different events where you've had to call to question yourself. And you've had to deal with toxicity. And for some of you, you've spent years trying to break this cycle. For some of you, there have been different cycles you've already broken. I feel like there are different people in different situations here, but you're all breaking generational patterns, generational curses. Some of this is poverty. Some of this is addiction. Some of this is abuse. But the will here is strong. There is a very strong will here. I'm being guided to pull from this deck first. This is the Talisman Oracle. Let's draw a few cards here. I'm feeling your strength now. I'm feeling your power. And I feel like you're one of these people that when you get backed in a corner, when you get into this headspace of being like almost aware of your isolation, aware that you have been backed into a corner, you're just like, instead of asking like reflectively, like, is this me? You're like, oh, this is me? This is me now. You're coming for me? Yeah? Did you see my sword, dude? I'm so ready for you. You're a warrior. You might be an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. You may be a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn. I feel like generationally speaking, we have some issues with depression, sorrow. I am getting a very cold chill here of unalived energy as well. We're not going to go into that. Just wanted to speak that out loud. Here, let's get some cards here. I'm feeling these two. Tell me more about the strengths and the power of group 1. We have blessed day. We have good fortune, elixir of life. We have wisdom and divine guidance. Okay. So I definitely feel a very intense connection with the other side. Some of you guys are very connected to ancestors. Some of you guys are very connected to spirit guides or God forms, but you're very guided on this journey. There's a lot of energy that roots for you, roots for this very wounded warrior. I feel like some of you guys don't realize part of your strength comes from your wisdom. You're not just a fighter, okay? You have grown very wise because of the situations you've been through. Some of you guys have incredible street knowledge. Like, you just can read somebody. You just know how to read them. You know when someone's off. You know when a situation's off. You have a good feel for people's energy. And I feel like if you aren't aware of your spiritual connection, like that divine connection, you have a good gut instinct because of the situations you've been in. And I feel like your guides, spirits, the universe wants you to trust your gut more. You need to trust it more. You've been honing this for a long time and you need to trust it, okay? Now, we have a lot of super positive energy here with the blessed day, good fortune, elixir of life, which to some people who see this banish a curse might be very surprised. But I'm not, because I understand that to be able to powerfully unlock and be patient and get the frequencies to unlock a lot of these curses and these chains and these, I'm seeing like cords that are knotted, and these energetic oppressions and bondage. You know, you have to have the will, the drive, and the ability to have a positive outlook. The knowing, the belief, the faith. Okay, all of these things are extremely positive. It doesn't mean that you don't have days where you feel like the colorless angel. Okay, it doesn't mean you don't have fear. I think a lot of you feel the generational emotions of the things you're overcoming, meaning like the generational fear. A lot of you guys are feeling that right now because you are in the middle of breaking a big generational curse around money, resources, safety, security, having family. Some of you guys are realizing how alone you might be in the world, because when you're doing this kind of stuff, many times a lot of people can't go with you. And a lot of those people are your relatives. They're your friends. They're the people who have participated in toxic behavior, who you have been toxic to, or they have been toxic to you. A lot of those people can't go with you. They may come back at a later date when everyone's healthy, but they can't go along on the ride. So you end up feeling very alone, and you start to doubt yourself. You start to doubt your journey. You start to feel unsafe. And then we have all the stuff, you know, with money and being able to provide, and things are kind of crazy in the world. And it's as if the whole world is in this state of feeling their stability crumbling, their foundations crumbling, and going through this kind of like collective generational purge of these fears, and discovering what really matters individually and in the collective. Okay, so it's a very big kind of energy that's going to shift us on a very big level. Okay, this kind of energy is going to shift us individually. Okay, our ideas about wealth, our ideas about security, our ideas about family. This is huge, okay, because what you're doing in your personal life, as far as like redefining values of wealth, health, family, those kind of things, it's going to reflect into the world. Okay, society. We're going to start to redefine what is, example, this is kind of not, you know, but what is a celebrity? What makes somebody popular? What makes somebody's words valuable? You know, what is wealth? How much wealth is enough? When is it too much? Is there a thing that's too much? We're going to start asking questions like that. And it's really powerful. And a lot of people are asking themselves that question. What is happiness? What is stability? What would make me feel secure? A lot of people are going to find that they need new connections. And I feel like group one, that's one of the things that I feel like this reading is coming forward for you. You need to open up to more connections, okay? More connections will help you become more aware of your strengths, of how powerful you are. You don't have enough mirrors in your life, meaning people, to mirror you and tell you how strong you are. Because you're very strong and you've been through so much. And it's like you hold people at arm's length. And I understand. I get this. I get why you would. Because you have a lot going on. You're doing a lot, okay? But you need people in your life to help you, okay? You can't do everything alone. You need those mirrors. It's how we grow. Humans require social interaction. Okay, so start opening yourself up a little bit, all right? And I feel like they're going to be divinely guided towards you. Okay, not this deck. Okay. We're going to go to the Empathic Oracle. This is one of my favorite Oracle decks. Okay, give me a couple cards. What is the strength? What is the power? Why is my group one so powerful? You're so wise. There's something here about when you get in flow, when you get really in your flow, blessings can flow to you, okay? When you fight your flow, it's very difficult for blessings to come because you're so strong. When you resist, you resist in a very intense way. When you're in flow in a very intense way, intense energy. Your Scorpio or Pluto, your Pluto may have some important aspects in your natal chart. We have awareness of cosmic influences. And then we have sitting with sorrow. That's powerful. I feel like you have learned the value of feeling your emotions. You don't just move through them. You don't repress them. You hold space for them. That is a very difficult place to get to. Some people never get there. And it can be very hard to say, okay, so I'm experiencing, especially, this work right here requires you to hold space for this stuff. Okay, so, when you start feeling sad, instead of you running and hiding from it in some distraction, you decide, okay, so I'm going to feel this. I'm going to feel this. I'm going to interact with it. I'm going to cry. I'm going to write about it. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to dig deeper into it. I'm going to be safe. I'm going to seek help if I need it, but I'm not just going to passively feel it, and I'm not going to run from it. I'm going to sit with it. I'm going to allow myself to feel it, because for a lot of you, these are emotions that have been suppressed or oppressed, or we detached from or disassociated from because at the time it wasn't safe to feel those, or we didn't feel like we could or weren't allowed to. So there's a lot of bravery in sitting with our emotions. And you have learned how to transmute that. You've learned how to learn from the emotions, allow the awarenesses of where they came from, and the awarenesses of why you are the way you are, and the awarenesses of, I want to change this. Oh, I can't change that, but I can do this. It has allowed you to become more proactive. And I feel like some of you guys may not be letting people in because you feel like, maybe you're not good with people, or maybe you still have toxic behavior. Of course you do. We all do. But I feel like you're more aware of your toxic behavior, whatever, than most people are. And because of that, I feel like you could be a really good friend to people. I feel like you could be a really good partner to someone. And some of you guys may shun love, and this is not a love reading, but I do feel like group 1, if you are shunning love and friendships and feel like you need to be like the Lone Ranger in this situation, the universe is telling you that it's time for you to allow your tribe, your family, your people to come towards you. I feel like for some of you, people are trying, and there's a lot of patient energy. I feel patient energy around group 1 because energetically, a lot of your tribe, your people, your person, whatever, energetically, their higher selves know what you're doing. They know, they feel it, they see it in your energy, okay? 33, awareness of cosmic influences. That's a master number, okay? And, I'm just going to tell you, group 1, I feel on a higher vibe level that I feel like you have had a past life, a future life, a multidimensional life where you have achieved, and I don't like this label, okay? I'm just going to tell you, but I don't like labels, okay? I have that Aquarius energy, and I don't like this stuff. But it feels like you have ascended master or spiritual master energy, okay? And, it is what it is. I feel like you guys don't really, I think you're really humble and you don't take that in, but you really do have this energy. And I feel like you just need to take a moment and kind of take that in. The average person would not know how to do what you've done. Okay, not everybody's here to break generational curses and generational patterns. And the thing is that you're just not doing this for your family. As you do this, you're affecting the collective. Okay, so you're doing it on an individual level, but you're like a heavy lifter. When you do it and on an individual level, your energy, your magic, your energy, whatever you want to call it, it affects the collective. You're like a beacon. You're like a light worker, a shadow worker, whatever label you want to say. You're very powerful. I do feel like people who try to mess with you, though, woo, what is wrong with them? Why would they want to mess with you? Because I do feel like you are a force to be reckoned with. I'm not taking any reversals, so you are a force to be reckoned with. And I feel like you have to be that way because you don't have time for the petty BS, okay? Let's get you a few tarot cards here. Tell me more about the power of my group 1. Tell me about the power here. And you know what? I think, let's just pull these. The Sun, we have the Knight of Wands, we have Justice, we have Death, we have the Page of Swords. I feel like the truth is that your higher self knows, like, you are here for such a big reason. And I feel like your higher self, your angels, some of you guys have an ascended master around you. This death energy, the Sun energy is so, so powerful. Okay, so, so powerful. You're here to help change things. You're here to transform in a major way, on a big level. Some of you guys, the root of your power is like, I'm seeing like a huge fire. Like what are those? Like a bonfire. Like a bonfire. Being stoked. And it's hot. It's super hot. It's hot like the sun. And you're transformed by it. You're transformed by the fire of these continual situations. You're like a phoenix. You haven't allowed the repetitive events in your life that you've had to kind of like work through and deal with. The repetitive rebirth cycles. You might be drawn to the rebirth card, okay? You haven't let that like steal your thunder. You haven't let it make you bitter, okay? Because deep down you believe in cosmic justice. You know the wheel's going to turn. Your faith is so strong, even though some days, I feel like you don't realize your faith is strong. I think you think your faith is pretty weak. It actually isn't. Your faith is just so strong that when you feel it waffle, you feel like your faith is weak. You have such great will and great faith. And I want you to keep that up. Don't lose that. Don't lose your optimism. Don't lose your ability to see the glass half full. Don't lose that. That is part of your strength, okay? That optimism in dark times, your sense of humor in dark times, your ability to kind of, make the best out of bad situations, those are all powerful strengths that many people do not have. Okay, the ability to keep going in bad situations, okay? Your passion is important, all right? I want to encourage you to not burn yourself out, okay, with this Knight of Wands, this Page of Swords. I feel like you may at times do too much and the colorless angel gets drained. So don't overgive, okay? Balance is important for group 1. I feel like some of you guys desperately need to take a break. You need a nap. You need a nap and a coffee. You need a break, okay? And I feel like some of you guys are in some kind of cycle of self-reflecting, maybe doubt and that kind of thing. And I feel like you just need to allow this next transformation to kind of like happen. Okay, this next one is supposed to feel good, all right? I know a lot of your transformations, a lot of your curse breaking, a lot of your pattern breaking has been heartbreaking. It's been gut wrenching. But at some point, the tide starts to turn. And these transformations, these rebirths, these breaking, these curses, they start to have positive feel good effects. And I feel like a lot of you are going to have like heart chakra activations and some really positive feelings. And it's because you guys have let go of so much. Now it's time to fill your cup up. All right? Okay, group one, that's what I received for you for why are you so powerful? What makes you so powerful? I hope this resonated and was helpful. If it was, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures next time. Bye, guys. Hey, group two, all of you that were drawn to magical power and you were drawn to this cute little green aventurine snake. This is going to be your reading all about what makes you so powerful. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's a general session. So just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Well, you guys, you're magical. You have a very magical energy. I feel like you guys are empathic. Some of you guys are very psychic. Some of you guys have mediumship abilities, meaning I feel like you speak to those who have crossed over. I feel like some of you guys in past lives were like necromancers or something like that. Witchy energy here too. You may be an energy worker, a light worker, a shadow worker. You may be into metaphysical stuff. I'm just running kind of the gambit of this magical energy I'm feeling. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull some of this energy that I feel like your power has been summoned by the challenges in your life. Many of you guys were born with dormant abilities. And what I feel is like some of you were born with like latent abilities that kind of were underneath all your experiences. So it's not that they weren't active, they were, but they weren't exactly understood either. I can relate to this, okay? So some of you guys have like seen ghosts or communicated with the dead or spirit guides, or you had premonitions, or you've always been empathic, or you've always had a, like, I don't want to use the term natural witch because that's a whole thing, but you know, you had abilities in the craft, or you picked up the occult very easily, or you're a natural energy worker or something like that. And the themes kind of just were underlying your life. Like every now and then the gift would pop up and make itself known, or it just kind of was there all the time, and it was confusing, right? It was confusing. And some of you ran from it, some of you ran to it, but either path you took was not easy. It doesn't matter which path you took. It wasn't easy, because I feel like for this group, part of the power of these abilities, part of your power is that each time you have met challenges in your life, they have come, these walls. I'm seeing a walls just pop up along a timeline here. As these walls have popped up in your life, and you may have been drawn to group one as well. As these walls have popped up in your life, it feels like it's activated or catalysted these abilities. And sometimes you would have times in your life where you would have more paranormal activity. Some of you guys may have had like objects move or disappear, or even a few of you have had extreme things like poltergeist activity, especially when you were a teenager. And if you've had trauma, of a certain type, it might have been even more active. Some of you guys are very, very psychic. You would get premonitions from spirit, and you would make the decision. The spirit would tell you not to do something, but you would do the thing they told you not to do. And you would do it over and over and over, almost in a kind of denial of your ability. And it led you down a very dark road. That won't be for all of you, but for some of you. So, and I feel like this pathway allowed you to build some very powerful abilities, not just psychic abilities, not just magical abilities, but there is a lot of creative power in group 2. Some of you guys, I'm feeling like some of you guys you scare people. You're so powerful. You have that kind of energy. Okay. I see like an increase of power. So some of you guys are going to be increasing to that level of power where your abilities are going to grow to such where you will be so intimidating to some people. Like if people come to mess with you, you are going to scare them. And some of you guys are on the path to growing, and you're meeting these challenges. And I encourage you, when these challenges come up, listen to your intuition, listen to your empathy, listen to if you have spirit guides that come forward, if you have deceased loved ones that come forward, whatever ability comes forward when you meet these challenges, it's coming forward so you listen, okay? So you hone your gifts, so you learn discernment, okay? Because your life really is about refining your gifts and magical abilities. It's about honing these gifts and abilities, because I feel like many of you are meant to bring something through to this reality. I'm sorry, my tongue's kind of heavy because of my medication. Something to this reality to help other people grow, heal, and find their way. Okay, so I feel like group 2, part of your power, the reason why you're so powerful, the reason why I'm feeling such an explosion of power here is because I feel like a lot of you have a big call, okay? For some of you, it's very artistic. It's something where you're using these abilities, these very psychic, magical abilities to create something to bring through. Some of you guys, it is the magical abilities that you're meant to bring through. Okay, so it's a vast array here of power. Okay, give me a couple more cards here. No, this one? Okay. All right. Oh, I got quite a few, but that's okay. That's all right. Okay, we have I Won't Cry for You. Naked Before the Stars. Okay. We have Addicted, and we have Fragmentation. Okay. All right. I'm going to try not to get super personal here, okay? But I will tell you that it feels like you have been put in situations that have made you feel extremely vulnerable, okay? And I feel like there has been, for many of you, intense methods of coping with the trauma and damage caused by these moments of forced vulnerability, okay? And I feel like in many ways, you feel this emotion, you feel this feeling of fragmentation. And I feel like there's a healing of the mental and emotional space here, okay? And it's deeply spiritual. It's like a spiritual union of mind and heart, okay? It's like a revealing of the truth of self that is no longer hidden by patterns of destructive behavior, okay? And it takes a strength to see the truth of self. I feel resistance from people around you. So I feel like the truth of you, for many of you, is difficult for other people to see. Okay. I feel for some of you, there is religious trauma. Okay. So we've had to deal with the fact that we may have these natural inborn abilities in growing up, and we're in an environment, whether it's religious or for other reasons, that's very restrictive, very conditional, very judgmental, okay, pushing against a very bright spark. You are meant to overcome this. You are meant to bust out of the cocoon and allow the truth of you forward. Because I feel like many of you are meant to help heal other people. And I also feel that you understand the yoke of that. You understand that. That's part of your power. Is I feel like because you have been through so much, you understand the disillusion of relationships. Like, I feel great disappointment in connections. I feel great disappointment in family and friends. Like people I've turned to in times of trauma and pain have let me down when I was most vulnerable. You understand that. But I feel like you also understand the process of healing that. That's very powerful. And for many of you, this is a path that you're on. And some of you guys have something on this path that you may be ashamed of. Listen, I need you to listen to me. Do not judge yourself for the way that you have tried to deal with your trauma, okay? You are a human being. And some of you guys have experienced things that human beings should not experience from another human being, okay? And your mind, your body, your heart, your soul is doing the very best it can, all right? So just hold some space of grace for yourself. You're super powerful, okay? That same level of compassion that you give to others, hold that in your heart space for yourself. Allow the powerful, compassionate heart that you give to others, allow that to be for you too, okay? Because man, you are so hard on yourself. I hear that. I hear that in the back of your head. I hear like the words. I hear it. I also hear the other stuff too. I hear it. I feel it. It's painful. You do not have to make it okay for everyone else. Let me tell you something. Your greatest strength, your greatest power is not the peace that you give to people who mistreat you, okay? Your greatest strength is standing in your truth, okay? And sometimes, honey, we stand alone. Many of you guys already know this. Some of you don't, so I'm telling you. Give yourself permission to stand in your truth and give yourself comfort there. All right? You are so very brave and so very powerful. Okay? Let's get some cards for you. Let's get some more cards. Let's do this deck. Okay. Okay, let's find out more about what makes group 2 so powerful. You're very magical. Dragonflies. Watch out for dragonflies, I'm hearing. I'm also hearing something about Thor. Something about Thor. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm feeling the top, the bottom. This one is wanky. That one, this one, and these two. Okay. All right. Got a lot. That's okay. We have balanced emotions. Oh, so much water here. Feeling Cancer. This is like a jellyfish. Feeling Cancer energy with that card. We have good luck. Healing energy that feels like the tree of life. We have karmic justice. We have cut ties. Let's see here. We have intuition and we have change. Okay. So some of you guys are super brave. Some of you guys are building your courage. Either way you slice it, you guys are... I get it. I get this. Like, it's scary to walk alone, isn't it? I understand that, you know. But you've done it. You've done it. A lot of you guys have cut people off. You've cut people off. It was very difficult. You cut ties with the karmic justice. I think that's part of your power, is like, you know when to cut people off. And your cord cuttings, if you do cord cuttings, are very powerful. But it's like, when you cut cords, when you do magic, there's a whole healing thing that happens. Like, you're a healer. Highly intuitive. A change maker. The more balanced your emotions become, the more acceptance you have of where you are, your emotions and your gifts, the more good fortune you manifest. The more in states of grace that you give yourself, the more good energy the universe brings to you. You are meant to be good to yourself because you're meant to be good to others. And you can't be good to others if you're not good to yourself. You are extremely powerful. But you can't stand in the fullness of your power unbalanced. You must balance out your energy. That's why cutting ties, knowing when to cut ties, is so important. For some of you, your discernment is on point and you need to trust it more. There are people still around you who do not have good intentions for you. But here's the thing, that is how life works sometimes. You know, not everybody around you is going to have the best intentions for you. Okay, and people come in and out of our life and we'll experience that. Not everybody's going to like you. But as you hone this ability to like instantly kind of get a feel of people, you'll know who to bring close and who to keep at bay. I feel like for many people, you are karmic justice in so many ways. You deliver justice. It's like one of your gifts. In some way, shape, or form, you help deliver justice to people, the karmic justice. Embracing sensuality as union, researching the mystical world. So here is your mystical, magical energy again, presenting. And then we have embracing sensuality as union. I feel that as healing energy. It feels like divine feminine energy here. It feels like, okay, some of you guys, you're probably not going to like this. Okay, because this isn't a love reading, but it's been coming up. So, and I have to tell you what I get. So, you know, just take it and we'll go on. But for some of you, part of your karmic justice is union. Okay, there's these two little beetles, and then below it was embrace sensuality as union. So I'm not going to do your love reading for you, but I'm just telling you, part of your karmic justice is union. And this person could be with them, could be coming, whatever. But part of them, why, is because this person helps you balance. And that balance brings you even a different and a more intense level of power to your magic, to your abilities. Okay. Let me pull from this deck right here. Let me get a couple more cards. Tell me more about why is group 2 so powerful? Why is group 2 so powerful? A few more cards here. You are a powerful healer on so many levels. Be in the moment. I'm getting that with this embracing sensuality as union. Follow your curiosity with the researching the mystical world. Always follow your curiosity in areas, in really all areas to a degree. As long as it's safe and legal and all that good stuff. Okay, but because your curiosities will lead you to things about yourself, like past life connections, different kind of modalities for occultism or spirituality or healing. So always follow those. Always follow. I'm seeing Egypt flash and Greece. And I'm seeing like Tibet and Thailand and Japan. I'm seeing Africa, the big continent of Africa. And towards the bottom of Africa, I'm seeing a big island towards the tip. Okay. We have cures and remedies. Healing. Another healing card. You are a powerful healer. I think when people are around you, they feel this. I feel like you help people emotionally. I think you help people balance their emotions. You may do this for a living. You may be a counselor or something like that, or a teacher. You may just be really good with people. Some of you guys may not be there yet, okay? And you just carry this as an energy. But I feel like for some of you, like, you're already doing this to a degree, okay? We have Hecate, underworld. There's that divine feminine energy I'm feeling. We have sigil, symbols. Okay. So I feel like many of you guys are blessed by an underworld goddess. You may be aligned with Hecate. I feel like some of you guys, if you have felt called by her, she's very much validating the call, okay? And she's saying here, as I feel her energy pull, she's saying to do some sigil magic with her, okay? I feel like some of you may also be gifted. Part of your power is that you're gifted in herbalism. You're gifted in healing in this manner. You may be called, some of you guys might be called to like work in medicine, making medicines, or working in, holistic medicine, or pharmacy, or being a pharmacist or something like that, or food as medicine. Let's get a few more cards here because I'm being led down another path of power here. We want to get this one. Impassive mandrake. Okay. All right. I think you make people feel safe. I also feel like with this aphrodisiac card, we have chocolate and we have mandrake. I feel like I'm just going to say, I think your sensuality is also a source of your power, okay? And I feel like some of you guys need to get more into your senses, okay? Your senses are an access to emotions, all right? So, go out and experience the sunshine, go out safely. But really be in the moment with the sun or the rain, or, petting your dog, or looking at a flower, or eating a piece of chocolate, or whatever. Be in the moment, experience the senses. Do it with something good, okay? Something you enjoy, but devote that time to that good thing, okay? And think about it. Describe it to yourself. Think about how it feels. Use these kind of mini rituals to start exploring the realm of sensuality. Because sensuality isn't just, grown-up time, okay? It's about how you experience the world. And many of us have lost touch with that. And you will find as you begin to experience like the good things in life, the pleasurable things in life, the joyful things in life, slowing down to just enjoying the simple, happy things of life like a tree, you will find you have access to these happier emotions. And it's like a bridge to deeper feelings of emotions. And, when you have magical abilities, you have psychic abilities, emotions are a gateway to feeling and being able to bridge deeper into psychic and empathic abilities. Okay. So for some of you, there is deeper doorways here to expand your abilities, to grow. Some of you guys may not realize it, but your magical power, your power can grow even greater. Some of you guys have just scratched the surface of how much greater you can grow. And I feel like Hecate is coming forward for you to work with her on this magical power. If you want to grow your abilities, look into doing some specifically sigil work with Hecate, okay? And I feel like if you want to grow this, because I'm getting this card right here, if you want to grow this, you'll need to be active. Like need to be something you pursue. At some point, you have to pursue it for it to grow. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to actively like work on it and engage with it. Okay. I feel that there can be a radical level of expansion here that will help you in many areas of your life. I feel like it can help you financially. It can help you creatively. It can help you in your relationships. Okay. I do want to tell you that I think many of you may be shielded in the area of like your love relationship, as if they're not going to tell you a whole lot personally about your love relationship because some of you guys are blocked in love because you're not open to it. Okay. I'm just telling you that because some of you guys are like, well, when I ask about love, I don't get anything, or I get the same message. And if you're getting the same message about love, it may be because you're not really open, or you're not listening, or there's something about that message that you're resisting. That's a big side message for some of you guys. For those of you who that doesn't resonate, then it's not for you. All right. Okay, group 2, that's what I received for you. I hope this resonated. If it did, please leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures next time. Bye, guys. Hey group 3, all of you that selected the Rebirth card, or you were drawn to this Dalmation Jasper angel, this is going to be your reading all about what makes you so powerful. Keep in mind this is a general reading, it's a general session, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. All right guys, so you have the Rebirth card. Rebirth, so you're very powerful. Okay, definitely there's Phoenix energy here, which, Phoenix energy is really about creating yourself out of nothing, pretty much, allowing the winds of change to kind of come in and do what it does. All right, so let's shuffle this. I went blank there for a minute. Let's shuffle this up and get some cards for you. Tell me about why my group 3 is so powerful. They have the Rebirth card here. Your Scorpio energy, you might be a Scorpio, or Scorpio may have, or Pluto may have a powerful aspect in your natal chart. A Cancer, Pisces as well. You may have a very powerful Pisces placement or aspect of Neptune. Or I'm hearing Saturn. Saturn might be very powerful as well. You may have Libra in Saturn. People don't know. A lot of people don't know, but Libra is exalted in Saturn. Okay. You may have Gemini in Saturn. A lot of astrologers say that if you have Gemini in Saturn, it kind of makes you a natural occultist or energy worker, a natural magician. Yeah, so that's what I'm feeling here. Let's get you some cards. I'm feeling this one, and actually this one. Okay. All right. We have Triumph of Lies, Queen of the World, Artificial Heart, and Atonement. Okay. What makes you so powerful? Okay, well, for one, I think you have probably always had people talk about you. Ooh, this feels... I think some of you have had like a feminine energy that's very close to you, maybe a mother, grandmother, could be father. It's not gender, it's energy. Jealous of you and talk kind of trashy about you. It feels improper. It feels really gross, and that won't be for all of you. I feel with the Artificial Heart, I feel like you have been dealt with in a very cold way emotionally. There may have been some emotional neglect here when you were younger. And I feel like emotionally you haven't had a lot of people to count on. And there's a real powerful independent energy here, like super independent. And I feel like there are people around you who see your fierce independence, how you have taken, like for some of you, you have a masculine energy that really, I hear destruction. I hear whatever happened here, and I don't want to trigger anybody, but whatever happened here with this masculine energy, very destructive. And I think it would have taken most people out. Okay, I just want to acknowledge how much you've been through, and I want you to know that a lot of people would not have gone through what you've gone through very well. I think you have, I don't think you realize how well you've done for yourself. A lot of people wouldn't be where you are. Okay, so, and you're very strong. Okay, you're very powerful, and I feel like in many ways you're guarded. You're intimidating. You're very intimidating. Okay, you're super intimidating, and I feel like there are people around you who want to get close to you. There are people around you who are sorry. There's a lot of like, I wish I could change this for you. I wish I could make it better kind of thing. Okay, let's get some cards here. Tell me more about why my group 3 is so powerful. You can take the worst situation and make it better. Finding love, concealment. I feel that with the Artificial Heart. Some of you guys might think love is concealed from you or happiness is concealed from you. I think that you've had to kind of like shield your heart to kind of survive some of this emotional brutality. Okay, I'm just going to tell you straight. All right. I feel like you've had to really hunker down almost. I'm seeing like a heart encased in iron and locked away. And I don't think you've done this to be mean or nasty. I think you've done it for survival, okay? Because the triumph of lies, this masculine energy, feels very toxic. This feels like a very painful and brutal situation, all right? So I feel like the queen of the world energy here really is like extremely independent. And I feel like you feel like you're emotionally independent. And I feel like there's this energy of, you know, even if you're in a relationship, you don't want to be emotionally dependent on someone. And I think Spirit wants to come forward and tell you that the level of love that you're feeling is not as deep as it could be if you're in a relationship. And if you're not in a relationship, Spirit wants you to know that the levels of love you have experienced can be deeper. You're kind of holding yourself back because you're still guarding your heart. And at some point, there needs to be a rebirth of your heart, okay? I think you have rebirthed so much, and I think it's time for you to heal your heart. And that's just a little side message there. That's how powerful you are, you know. And I think a lot of you know. Some of you guys are going through this heart chakra activation. And I have felt this going on for a while for some people. Like, heart chakra work takes time. Especially when you have this kind of pain here. I feel corruption of spirit, like someone who just completely corrupted someone's ability to kind of like feel love in a pleasant way. It's like a love that's twisted and makes someone fearful of experiencing it. So we have defense, yes. You are so strong. And I can feel this energy of like, I don't think I can take someone ripping out my heart again. Okay. I finally got it back where it was. I finally have it protected, right? You understand how powerful you are. And I want you to know that you deserve to live a life where you don't have to live with a heart that is surrounded by iron, because deep down you're afraid of being hurt, okay? I feel like there's a need for calm here, to calm yourself, to center yourself, to understand that you're worthy of love, okay? Because you're so strong. You're such a warrior, confidence. You're so confident. You put off to people that you're confident. You put off to people that you're very strong. And you are. You are. But deep down, there's a wound here. We have protection. And we have healing energy. You are powerful enough and strong enough to heal this heart wound. Okay, I want you to know that. That's how powerful you are. You can rebirth this. You can heal this wound. Some of you guys might need to go get professional help. That's what they are for. I'm just a woman with a gift and I'm sharing it with you. Okay? It's okay to be defensive about your wounds. It's okay to be unsure. It's okay. How you feel is valid. You have been through a lot. It's just not okay to say, well, that's enough love for me. I'll just feel this level of love, but I'm never going to let somebody really in to get to know me because this pain is so much. The atonement, the closure that you may want from this triumph of lies situation, this queen of the world may want, some of you guys may never get that. And there is a peace that settles in when you acknowledge that. That may never happen. And I encourage you to work towards your own healing versus closure. Work towards your healing. Work towards releasing some of this need to conceal your heart, because you are strong enough to do this. You deserve this love. okay? You deserve to be loved and known. I feel like a lot of you feel like you're not really known, even by the person that may think they know you the best, because you're keeping an element of yourself away. And you're like a fortress. And here's the thing, between you and me and the wall, I feel like most people don't know this. They don't know that you're holding back. They don't know there's part of you they're not getting, because you hide it so well, because you're so powerful. You are the phoenix. So when they see you burst into light, they don't understand that there's part of you that's a fire that's hidden, that they can't even see. It's for you. It's been for you, and it's been behind this iron heart. And that iron heart is melting. It needs to be seen by somebody. You deserve to be known by somebody. Okay? All right, we have mentalizing emotional impressions. I know emotions can be very scary, okay? I get that. But it can also be a very lonely world when you don't share your emotions. It can make you feel very isolated. Okay, some of you guys might find this kind of strange, but I encourage you to take a vow to yourself that you will be there for yourself emotionally. And you start figuring out what you need. Some of you guys need to allow yourself to cry or be angry in a safe way and release those emotions. But you need to know that you're going to be there for yourself, that you're not going to let yourself down. You can't really open up and make that vow to open up to another until you open up to yourself. And there are things about yourself that you haven't opened up about. That's part of that lockdown on your heart. It makes it easier to lock it down when we deny things about ourselves. And you're so strong that when you lock something down, it's locked down, okay? There's just such a champion type energy here. You have rebirthed many things in your life. Like, you have been burned to ashes many times. But this emotional aspect has been the issue. And I feel like this reading is really about your next rebirth. Because I feel like the next rebirth is going to not push you. It's going to elevate you into such a different state of being. I think your life is going to take on a different focus. It's going to shift things. We have trickery here. And I feel like what's going on now and what you may not see is the attempts. It's like a self-conscious attempt to kind of self-sabotage. That's what locking your heart down does sometimes. Because the heart and the mind sometimes aren't on the same page. Because there's some denial going on. And you get in your head about stuff. And then before you know it, you have sabotaged yourself. And some of you guys are self-sabotaging yourself out of your next rebirth cycle. And rebirthing is when you're most powerful. Okay? And some of you guys, you may do this in some kind of way for work. You may go in and change things. You may decorate things, or you may go in and take businesses and clean them up, or you may manage things that change. I don't really know what I'm trying to say, but there's something about what you do that's transformative, okay? Some of you guys may also work with unalived things in some kind of way. There's all different kinds of ways that could manifest as well. I'm getting heavy Pluto energy with the rebirth. you're so powerful that when you get in your head, it really does sidetrack you. I think you need to become more aware of your power, of how powerful you are. Curiosity. Your mind, you have a very powerful Mercury. Okay, so Gemini energy again, Aquarius, Libra as well. Don't overthink things too much. I think it leads you to locking down your heart. I think it leads to more fear and more self-talk, okay? I feel like for you guys, your power lies in your ability to transmute and transform energies. And so when you become very overwhelmed with mental thought, I encourage you to put that thought in something else. And it could start with you just writing. It could start with you like mentally doing something else. Or it could actually be like you using that mental space to do magic or manifestation, or writing or something creative. But when you do this thing, for some of you, you already know, okay? For some of you, you're on this path. It helps you transmute. It helps you go into the ashes stage and into the fire stage and into the flight stage of the phoenixing. Now, for some of you, the ashes stage, where we are reduced to ashes by whatever foundational situation, our tower moment, whatever foundational situation is falling in our life. For you, I feel this is emotional. We have emotional, I'm hearing a high-pitched frequency come through my left ear right now. I feel like these emotional tower moments really are where you do a lot of work. You do a lot of deep introspection. And I feel like if you're not, the opportunity is there. It's just really important that you don't lock down your heart and not experience your emotions, okay? If you need help experiencing your emotions, please seek help. That's what professionals are for. I'm just a woman with a gift and I'm sharing it with you, okay? I encourage you to get help experiencing it because your emotions are very powerful. I feel like once we're reduced to ashes, it's almost like this group here with this powerful Pluto underworld energy, I feel like that cold kind of dark velvet night energy is almost comforting to some of you. Lots of Scorpio here. The darkness comforts me. It feels like home in a way. And some of you guys might find that you rest and recover in isolation or away from people. You may find that when you're around people, your energy drains more and things like that. You have a lot of, your energy is just so powerful, okay? And I feel like as you honor this cycle of like the ashes, there is a divine spark that you have within your heart. And that's part of what you hide. And it's almost like it's on a timer. And your curiosity is kind of the spark that sets it off. And as you follow it, the spark ignites, okay, into the flame, and you are transformed into a phoenix, okay? Your curiosity is powerful because it's really not just curiosity, it's intuition, okay? It's intuitive communication from your higher self, guiding you where to go. guiding you that, yes, now it is time for you to begin your ascension. It's time for you to begin your self immolation. It's time for you to begin your self-illumination. It's time for you to see your wisdom, see what you've learned. It's time for you to open up. Okay, we have deliverance. We have concealment. We have concealment here twice, I think. Did we have concealment? Yes. I think you hide a lot of this ability. I think you hide a lot of your power from people because you know you're powerful. It feels like some of you guys have this ability to almost like, and I don't see this very often, you guys, and I don't really know what to say. But I'm just going to tell you, I feel like some of you guys have this ability to kind of like rid people of spirits, to get control of spirits, and other energies like parasites and things like that. I think you have the ability to heal people of oppressive energies, of curses and things like that. That won't be for all of you, but for some of you, it's very strong. Like I have to say, I have to tell you, because it's profound. It's very, very strong. Some of you guys are very powerful casters, okay? And I will say also that as far as like baneful casting, you're extremely powerful. That won't be for all of you, but if it is, then it is. Okay, it is what it is. I also think that part of your power is that people really trust you. And for many of you, they trust you with secrets. They know that you are very protective of the people who are close to you with all this protective energy, concealment energy. When people are able to become your friend or trusted ally, there's nothing you won't do for them. You take it very seriously. Those you call friend are family, and you mean it. And you will go to bat for them. And it's very powerful because I feel like those who are in your life are very loyal, and you're very loyal to them. It's very powerful. I don't feel like you know how many people actually really care about you, because we have this heart situation. I do feel like your next rebirth situation, I feel that heart that has the iron around it, I see a heart bursting into light. And out of that light, I see tendrils of light coming out and making connections. Like definitely this energy of rebirth, and making connections with people from like past lives, future lives, multidimensional realities, and really understanding at a very high frequency what you're called to do, why you are here, and understanding why you have this powerful ability, okay? Because I feel like not only do you have this ability to like rebirth your own life, I feel like you have this ability, many of you, to help other people rebirth their own life, to phoenix their own life. Some of you guys can help by showing them or coaching them. Simply by you doing can catalyst other people around you. And sometimes it looks like anger. People get angry at you because you changed. And others will be inspired. It's just different for different people. But there's power here, very powerful. And I feel like you may not be aware of it. Some of you are. But honestly, I feel like there's almost nothing that you can't adapt to. And there's almost nothing that you can't overcome. And I really need you to become aware of this. You're very adaptable and you're very powerful because you're so intelligent and you're emotionally intelligent. And I feel like you really think about things, sometimes too much, many times too much, but you get such powerful insight that you really do know how to move. But sometimes you get in your own way. You're still learning to trust. And once you learn to trust and you start moving, I feel like you're going to become aware of how powerful you are. And I feel like for you, you are so humble that humility doesn't always serve you. Don't be humble all the time. Understand your power and walk in it, okay? Because someone this powerful needs to understand their power. Because once you understand it, you can use it with wisdom. And you can understand how it deeply affects people. And I think once you understand how it deeply affects people, you are in a position to use it in ways that will shock, amaze, bewilder, and create miraculous events, not only in your life, but in the life of other people. So it's amazing. You are amazing. You are amazing, Group 3. And that is what I received for you. So I hope this resonated. If it did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to know. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures next time. Bye, guys.